Hi everybody, this is Chelsea here. I don't know if there is an everybody out here, but I hope that there is at least a somebody, otherwise I'm talking in dead space. So, it is 6:33 on a Friday, TGIF. I am going to get ready for work, and I'm going to talk a little bit about me today as I get ready for work. And I'm going to talk about my intention and my mission for this thing that I'm doing that I wasn't going to continue with, but something happened to me literally 2 nights ago that I feel like I have a little bit of a purpose now, and I think that will be a fun little thing to do on the side when I'm not at work, and I think it'll just be fun little hobby for me and little motivation to practice my makeup skills. First of all, I'm 23 years old. I work an 8 to 5, probably 8 till 6 or 7 o'clock at night job. I'm a full-time dental assistant, and I don't really have anything else going on. I used to be a bartender. Now I'm not anymore. I still bartend on the side for parties, but it's just not as much as it used to be back in the day. When I mean back in the day, I actually mean like up until December I was bartending while I was dental assisting. So I've been bartending for 5 years, and I have been dental assisting for 2 years. So, alright. So we're just going to get ready today. We're going to do a semi-simple look. I'm going to be using the same products I did in the last video. I'm just going to be a little bit more descriptive. And I am also going to be using this palette for today. This is the Huda Nude Beauty palette. Nude eyeshadow palette. There you go. And I really like this palette. I wasn't going to buy anything from Huda. Not that I didn't like their company or anything. I was just like, I have plenty of eyeshadow products. But I was getting ready for a wedding. It was literally the week of. And I bought this beautiful, like, dusty pink rose type of dress, and I was like, I have absolutely no eyeshadow to go with this dress that I'm wearing. Literally everything was rose gold or dusty rose or just in the rose type of area. So I know that this says that it's nude, but just to me, it just looks a lot more pinkish and purplish. And this little palette right here, it says concealed. This is super, how can I say it? This little eyeshadow right here is not an eyeshadow, it's actually a concealer, which sucked because I had put a dry brush in there, a dry actual hairbrush, and I was very upset when I couldn't get anything off. I was like, why isn't it working? And now I know why. So I not only care, I think I care more for skincare than I actually do about cosmetics, which I think, you know, most people think that they go hand in hand, which they kind of do and they kind of don't. But as you can tell right now on my face, I have a couple of acne areas, some flare-ups, and I'm gonna dive into that a little bit more in another video if I do another one, but this is what I want to talk about today. So first off, I'm just gonna put my primer on. Now, I said in the last video that I used the Cover FX primer, and it's the only primer that I have, so this is the only one that I'm going to be using. Now, again, I work an 8 to 5 job. I work in either dental hygiene or I work in actual general dental care. And the difference between that is I either help people with their teeth cleanings or I help people when they get their fillings and root canals. And I also work at a very, very high volume traffic job environment. We have 12 doctors on staff. My boss, who is the head doctor of the clinic that I work at, he owns 7 other satellite offices here in the state of Texas. Now, they're all mostly in South Texas, and we have one in Austin. But he's been doing this for 33 years, and he's slowly been growing his business. But the office that I work at is super, super professional. It's been like that since I got there, even before I got there. So there's really like no place for, I guess, fun cosmetics, I guess you could say. It's all super serious, and which is okay in my book. Most days I don't want to do my makeup though. Like, my main drive right now is to, and I know people are gonna say, well, if you want clear skin, you should drink more water. Well, here's the thing about that. I take with me every day to work a 60 something ounce, the very big bottle of Essentia electrolyte water. I take that with me every day to work. I drink water the first thing when I wake up in the morning, and the problem with that is it's not every day during work that I get to step aside and take a sip of water. I know you're supposed to try and, I know that there would be that challenge where you take a jug of water and you put the times on there. I would not be able to do that, and I'm going to tell you why. First of all, it's very, I don't work in an office like myself, like in one room. I work with patients all day. I'm in the room with them. I am taking their x-rays, I'm doing their notes with the doctor, I'm doing exams with the doctor, or I'm in the room actually helping the doctor with a filling or a root canal. I'm the girl that has that straw in your mouth and takes out all the water while the doctor is working on you. So, first of all, there's a rule in my office that you can't have any food or drink in your work area, and I understand that. So, it's hard for me to try and get a sip of water throughout the day. Usually I get my water in before, after work, and during lunch. It's going to be going a little bit more in. I'm going to start my my eyebrow right here. So the rule is that you want to start right where the bridge of your nose is. I'm going in a little bit deeper because I'm going to connect the two. I'm going to go right here. My boyfriend always makes fun of me. You got a unibrow! Well, it's a work in progress. So yeah, water is definitely not the issue. I thought it was stress, but lately I've been a little bit more stress-free at work. So I don't think it's that. But there are days at my job where I just want to tear my hair out. And it's only because we're so busy and we just don't really have enough time to, take a break. Some days I do work through lunch. Usually I get an hour, 30-minute lunch, but most lately I haven't been able to. I've been only having hour lunches, which is still fine in my book. I'm not complaining. I'm still getting a lunch. And if most of y'all think it's my diet, maybe. But the thing about me is I just have naturally oily skin. I do. My mom has really just amazing skin. She's 50, but she looks like she's 40. And that's not just me being nice. That's what everybody tells her. So my mom doesn't really have acne scars. Her main complaint is she has big pores right here on her cheeks whenever she puts on makeup. And we're working on that. But my mom doesn't not have oily skin like my dad. My mom could basically use any makeup, and I've never, ever, ever seen her ever break out in acne as long as I've been alive. And I've been alive for 23 years. I really tried to not use a lot of the Anastasia Brow Dip, only because it is a lot that like a little can literally go a long way. I really haven't dipped my brush back into the pot yet. So, the mission for my channel. A couple nights ago, I was laying in bed and I was on the phone with my mom. I was talking to her about, you know, how my skin is breaking out. And she does the same thing. Like, are you drinking enough water? Are you getting enough sleep? Like, yes, yes, yes. Sleep maybe not, but I don't think that that's a big contributing factor to my acne. I clean my pillows pretty often. I clean my phone pretty often. I really don't hold my phone up to my face. And even then, my acne is mostly here. I get a little bit right here, actually in this area pretty recently. Very little right here. I only have a birthmark right here that makes it look like I have dirt. And I've had that since I was a baby. My mom kept trying to scrub it off my face and I was like, it was just not coming off. And she didn't know why. And it turns out that it was just a birthmark this entire time. So I'm going to take usually I use the rounder brush, but I'm going to take the flat brush today and I'm going to see how that works. What I'm using is the Huda Overachiever Concealer. I like this, but I think the reason why people buy this is not really so much the formula. It's because of this cold little applicator right here. It's like a little metal applicator. Because I honestly could use a different product and get the same results, which is just concealing and defining. And I feel like I've had this for a while already and it's almost about to be out. I've literally only had this for a couple of weeks. I figured if I really only have this concealer and another one, but the one I have is the Revolution brand Cut Crease Canvas, and that one is mostly for cut crease and canvases. I'm sorry, I'm gonna go get my cat real quick. Sorry, I had to go get my cat real quick, so I came back. So, again, I don't really have a preference product-wise on concealers. I just use whatever is cheapest and whatever pretty much works the same. So the Revolution brand, the Huda concealer works the same as this. I don't really apply most of the concealers to my face anyways directly. I actually apply them on the brush because I don't want to get the bacteria that's on my face back onto the actual product itself, so I'd rather just stick with the brushes. And that looks pretty okay. So I'm just gonna move on to my base, my eyeshadow base, which is going to be this NYX eyeshadow base. This is just a regular one. I'm just gonna go back with this brush. I wish I was ambidextrous so I could use both my hands without having to do this move. I can see properly. So, again, I feel like I lose my mind track a lot, which is true, I do. So I'm going to take a little sponge and I'm just going to get in there. Just going to blend this in with the clean side. I know you're thinking, your sponge is so dirty, which is probably why you're getting acne. Well, I clean my brushes once a week and I use disinfecting soap. So again, I was on the phone with my mom the other day talking to her about my skin. And I don't know what possessed me to. I just decided to get on my phone and I literally Googled what products for oily acne prone skin should I avoid. That was legitimately what I put into my Google search. In fact, Google pretty much brought that up for me automatically. I really didn't have to do much in the first place. So, I'm going to start off with using Bear on here. I'm going to pull a Jeffree Star, and I'm just going to, probably should have used, this looks like it's, no, this is a real brush. Just going to, oh, that is a lot of fallout. Oh my god. Now I know how Jeffree Star feels. Bam. Wow, that is a lot of fallout. Okay. And it might just be the brush, but... Okay. I'll use a bigger brush. Let me see if it does the same thing. This is the... Oh, I don't know the name of this one. I think it's a morph brush. Looks like a morph brush. Yeah, so I was up at night Googling bad ingredients for your face. So a few of the ones that came up that were the worst ones were benzoic acid, which is like, you know what benzoyl peroxide is. I'm guessing it's the same thing. I don't know. First off, I was reading that if you're oily, acne-prone skin, you don't want to use comedogenic products. You want to look for non-comedogenic products. And comedogenic, what that basically means is it clogs up your skin and causes you acne. And there's a scale. There's a 0 to 5 scale. 0 being it will not clog your pores. 3 being there's a good chance, there's a good 50% chance. And then 5 being, yeah, you're definitely going to get acne with this crap. And my mom bought me 2 makeup products, which I'll touch on another time. And they had pretty high dosages of, not dosages, but it definitely contained the products that are causing your skin problems. And I was kind of shocked because one of the products that I have, I bought myself, and the other one my mom bought me. And the only reason why I Googled this was because the product that my mom gave me, it felt really weird on my skin. It just felt like I couldn't breathe through my skin, essentially. And I know that sounds weird, but it's true. It's what it felt like to me, at least. It's like, that's odd. Why would my skin feel like that? So in my Google search, the reason why my skin felt like that is because the makeup that I was wearing contained a product that was clogging up my skin, which was, hey buddy, which was sodium chloride, which is essentially salt. Now, most people think that, oh, salt, like, it's fine, like, salt's good, a good exfoliant, like, hey buddy, like, yeah, salt's a good exfoliant, but this is sodium chloride, so it's a little bit different. Sodium and chlorine times 2. Oh, I'm sorry, I am using Tickle right here. I'm just gonna blend that into my outer corner. Usually I would wear tape, but I completely forgot to add it on. So we're just gonna, and I have very weird eyes. I don't really know where the cut crease starts and where it ends. I was like kind of in shock. I was like, oh my god, I can't believe that this is probably what's causing my acne. And then I took it a step further. I was like, what is in my skincare products? So I Googled that. I looked up the ingredients for my current face wash, which I use today. And I was absolutely shocked that there was way more ingredients in there that were very comedogenic and very harmful for my skin. I was flipping out. So I was like, what am I gonna do? Like, I can't believe, like, this whole time, like, these products that I've been using for 6-7 months to a year are the root cause of my acne. I was completely in shock. I was not hurt. I was just like, oh my god, like, I wish I made a smarter choice, essentially. I'm gonna take this, it looks like it's a spanked. It's a spanked. I'm gonna take Spank now, and I'm gonna just take a little bit, and I'm gonna dab it on there. This is definitely morph brush. Oh, that didn't come off as much. So I'm just going to take a little bit and I'm just going to blend it in ever so gently, like Bob Ross. So what I started doing last night was I was thinking, oh my god, I'm going to have to change my whole skincare routine. I'm going to have to, like, that's essentially what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to have to change my entire skincare routine. And then from there, I'm going to have to change my makeup routine. I can't keep it the same anymore. So I started doing my research. I was like, okay, so went on Sephora and I was just like, okay, what products are good? And it's so shameful because I could not find a lot of results for clean skincare for oily acne prone people. And I was also upset because all these product brands that claim to be vegan, and I mean, if they claim to be vegan, they shouldn't be using chemicals, right? They all pretty much contain the same products. And it sucks because some of these products I have been using for a long time, and I was just absolutely shocked. And then I Googled not Googled, but I went on Sephora and I tried to find out, like, okay, like, what clean products are out there for women like me with oily, acne-prone skin. Well, where's my brush? Where's my dome brush? Well, I did research that and come to find out that there are products out there for women like me, but they're super expensive. And I'm like, oh my god. Luckily, like, the few things that I saw, they came in pretty large bottles so they could last you a long time. I'm going to take this little dome brush now and I'm going to use Love Bite. I was pretty shocked. I was like, oh my god, what are us working girls supposed to do? Pay $40 for a product that is vegan, and then having to get the primer and then having to get the setting spray along with the actual clean makeup line. That is so crazy. So, but I was like, screw it. Like, the only reason why I don't wear makeup every day is because, first of all, I don't want to have to do a heavy face every day, but once I put on my makeup, I, like, automatically have to because my makeup is so heavy. Like, I wear the Fenty foundation pretty much every day, and that one, for it being matte and velvety and, you know, pretty much lasts me throughout the day. Alright, like, I'll pay that. And it's Rihanna, like, who's not gonna pay for that? Well, that looks really good. But I was just in shock that there's not a lot more cleaner makeup out there for women like me. It's like, what the heck? And, you know, there is cleaner makeup out there, but it's super, super expensive. I mean, I guess if you want to pay that much and you're going to use it every day, I guess it's worth the payment, right? That's what my dad calls it, an investment. So, and then I was Googling what clean skincare products out there, and I was actually quite surprised. There's more clean skincare out there than there is clean makeup. So, little by little, obviously I'm still going to use up the foundation that I have now. I'm a girl on a budget. I'm trying to pay off my credit card. I'm trying to pay off my student loan. So I don't really have money just to go out and buy a whole new everything. No, I have to take time and I have to wait. I have to save up the money and wait and buy myself those nice products. Clean products is what I should say. What do I want to do next? I'm going to take a cut crease. I'm going to take that cut crease canvas by Revolution. I'm not going to lie, I'm not a professional at doing the cut crease. I only recently just started doing it, But ladies and gents who do makeup, this is the product you want to get. This has a brush. This is a very, very, very dome-like brush. It's flat, and I think this makes it a lot easier for makeup application, especially in the cut crease. But there's so much on here, and it's kind of hard to get a good grip. So get a little bit off, and then I'm gonna dab, 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 like Bob Ross. Go in from this angle. Ah! It's really like easy to get it on there. When I told my mom the next day, which was yesterday, she actually got the doctor that she works with, because I literally saw him that day. She got him to prescribe me some doxycycline, which is supposed to be really good for your acne, if you have acne, but I was like, no, Mom, like, this is why my acne is flaring up. And she was shocked as well, because the makeup that I've been using that's probably been causing me acne, she was just like, oh my god, but you've been using that for such a long time. And I was like, how do you think I feel? I'm the one that's been using it every day, and I'm the one that's finding out now that it's probably the main cause of my acne. Boy, I did not do well on that. Let me just get back and layer and blend it in. It's okay. Happy little mistakes. A wise man by the name of Bob said that. Happy little mistakes. Here we go. Okay. I have like 26 minutes to get ready for work. I'll be ready by then. I started this at 6:30. I let my cat out, not every morning, but when I do let my cat out, I usually have to go back out and get him again, because I don't know what's going on with him, but I think he has like a fear of sunlight or something. He really doesn't go outside during the daytime. He really only goes outside when it's like dark. So this is the thing about this, is that it's a super wet, super wet application. Okay, fuck it, I'm just gonna... Sorry, another thing about me here on my channel, I cuss a lot. I'm a lady, I am, but I definitely have the mouth of a sailor. Which is funny because my parents didn't cuss in front of me a lot growing up. I just kind of picked up on it. This side always comes out a little bit better. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, this side totally came out better. Alright. So I'm just gonna take... This is kind of a cool, crude looking look for me today, but... I tried doing this video yesterday, and I had taken the day off of work. I was feeling a little sick because I had a sinus infection, and my boyfriend walks into the door, and I just immediately shut everything down. I was like, hey, no. I just immediately shut everything down. I was like, nope, I'm not ready for him to know about this just yet. So this isn't too bad. So now I just want to make it my mission to help every woman out there, woman and man, who has oily, acne-prone skin that uses these products and doesn't really know what's in them. Like, I genuinely did not know that there were all these, I guess you can call them harmful, not really harmful, but definitely acne causing products in there. I did not know that, and I just kind of want to be, not a champion, but I definitely want to be the person out there that helps educate people in knowing what's in their makeup, because it's like, how could we not know this? How could we go so long without knowing what's in our makeup? And believe it or not, guys, I've been wearing makeup since I was like 15 years old. Okay? And only recently am I now just realizing what's really in my makeup. And like I said, I'm 23 years old. I've been wearing this since I was 15, and I'm just now really, truly knowing what's going on my face. And I feel like, you know, girls should be taught this from the get-go. Like, this is what you're going to put on your face. So I went back in with Love Bite to blend that in a little bit. And I'm going to take Kinky. In the words of Eliza Schlesinger, you're a kinky girl. You're a kinky girl. And they really do sexualize makeup. But it was a girl who made this, so it's whatever. So I'm going to take this Kinky. I'm just going to... I don't know if this would be an attempt at a halo, but I know that this is definitely an attempt at a cut crease. I was going to wear a different look for today, but I completely... I was laying in bed for like 30 minutes like, I'm going to do this pink look today with yellow, and I just completely forgot. Like, it totally just slipped my mind, and I didn't realize it until right now. I had a completely different look planned for me. Probably a little bit quicker one, too. And take this, and I'm just going to... So the best way that you want to handle your brush, and I learned this when I was in art class back in high school, is you want to grab it by this end so you can get a little bit better control of it. I don't really usually go for this look. I actually go for darker, more kind of gothic looks. Goth without being goth. If anybody knows what that's like. Me growing up, my parents did not like it when I wore black a lot, and now that I don't live with them, I kind of just wear black all the time. So I really like the way that this came out. It's a little bit better. I always have a problem with this little area right here. I feel like it always comes just a little bit too far in. There we go. What's this? I'm not really feeling those gold ones. I do want to add like a little bit of a highlighter, but I just don't want to use that one. So I really like the way that came out. I look like a little sloth. Okay, so I'm not gonna add my eyeliner just yet. What I am gonna do is I'm just gonna go ahead and start with my actual makeup. I'll do something a little bit different today because I want to go with more of a little bit of a dewarier look, and I want my skin to have a little bit more of a glass look to it, and it's kind of hard to do that because I have so many acne scars. Also, what I noticed yesterday while at work is that this area tends to be a little bit more oily than the others. And I already kind of knew that, but I just didn't really notice it until yesterday. So I'm going to take this Farsali Blur Skin Tune Blur. That sounded funny. And I apply it only to my nose. And just, dang it. And just to the areas that are really definitely oily. I can put makeup on and then by the end of the day I'll notice like my makeup has either come off on my nose or it's sunken deeper into my pores. I usually, you know, I'm even though I love using my Fenty foundation, I'm always so happy by the time I get home and I can just take it off. Because by the end of the day, like, that's when I really feel like my makeup is super heavy. I'm gonna take the Fenty foundation and I'm gonna squirt it on my face. Oh, I've had a couple of spastic moments where I've pumped the makeup on and it goes right down here and I'm like, ah, no, why? And I'm gonna take this rose gold elixir. I love the Farsali. I really love the Farsali brand. They're just so, like, they know how to do skin oils right. I'm gonna put this on the brush. I don't really know what I'm doing it. I'm just doing it because I've seen YouTubers do it. Instagrammers, should I say. Not so much YouTubers. I watch more Instagram makeup videos than I do with actual YouTube stars. My favorite makeup artists on Instagram are actually Isabel Bedoya. She's just so freaking gorgeous. And Cece Clark Beauty. I definitely follow Huda. Who else am I thinking of? There's another girl. Cece Clark. I don't know how she gets her freaking lips so dang plump and her makeup so dang big. But that girl has got lips for days. She's so gorgeous. Up here I actually patted in, whereas down here I more so buffing in, but up here I definitely patted in because of my acne scars. I mentioned in the last video that this makeup was kind of light when you first apply it, but throughout the day it kind of oxidizes. Actually, a few minutes after you apply it, it definitely oxidizes, which is what the girl at Sephora told me. That you apply it and it's a little bit lighter than your actual shade, but once you have it on for a little while, it darkens to your actual skin color. This was actually a really good application today. I liked it. So my skin is a little bit dewier because I added that. Usually if I add on the Fenty foundation by itself, it doesn't look so dewy. And oh my god, I'm actually living for it today. I don't usually like the dewy look. I like it more matte. I need to get going. I need to get my scrubs on and then I need to go to work. So this matte, I've used other ones before. Have I? I don't remember. I don't remember anything before Revolution. But this is a pretty good affordable brand to get. So I actually take the end pointing downwards away and I go downwards. I don't know if y'all can hear my cat rummaging through my shit. I use this product pretty often. This has lasted me a few months, but honestly kind of worth it. Chelsea, why are you making yourself a mustache? I'm not making myself a mustache. I'm contouring my lips without actually trying. Okay, so I don't like to wet my sponge. I do use my sponge to apply and blend this in, but I don't like to wet it. I think it kind of makes everything a little bit weird. So a little thing, I don't know if anybody can help me with this, but I always feel like whenever I contour my big ass forehead, I always feel like it looks like dirt right on my head. So if anybody has any tips on how to help with that, please share the wealth. I don't particularly like my nose. I always feel like it's kind of big for a girl, but then I see other actresses who definitely got big noses, and I'm like, never mind, my nose is not that big. Okay, so got a little bit right there. So this is when I'm now going back to the Comedogenic facial products. I will never ever tell people not to use a brand. I'm just simply stating and recommending, like, if your skin is like me and you're trying to figure out why you have these breakouts and you're not really understanding why, when you do your best, you take care of your skin every day. You know, me, yeah, I found out that my products are causing me acne or may cause me acne, but it's not 100% definite. It could be many things adding into it. I'm just simply gonna take out what may be causing it and see if, you know, that's really the reason why I was having acne. And also when people say like, oh, it's hormones too. Maybe hormones, but I don't like to leave up just like, oh, it's just hormones, don't worry about it. Like, no, I want to worry about it. It's my skin. And then I don't know if there's any women out there like me, but I pick at my skin really bad. My parents have, I bite my nails, I pick at my skin. Oh, Chelsea, maybe picking at your skin. Yeah, no duh, but maybe if I didn't have the acne, I wouldn't be picking at my skin. If I could, I would definitely get plastic surgery, at least on my nose and my jaw, but that's a whole different story that I'll get into later. I did a Spider-Gwen look pretty recently, and it wasn't really like spider webs, it was just like the colors of Gwen Stacy. So it wouldn't really be Spider-Man. It would just be Spider-Gwen inspired look. I posted it on my Instagram account. If anybody knows how to share links to videos on Instagram accounts, please help me out with that. That would be so amazing and so helpful. Just gonna buff this out a little bit. Okay guys, so I'm kind of cutting short on time, so I'm just gonna skip over to me after I've done everything, and then I will end the video. Alright, so I don't know what happened to my actual powder, which is odd, so I'm actually just gonna set this with Airspun. So this is probably one of the oldest makeups out there. I'm gonna set all this down with this. And fun fact, this smells exactly like my grandma. I didn't get to know my grandma very well. I feel like I didn't get to know both of my grandmas very well on my mom and dad's side, but this smells exactly like my mom's mom, and I absolutely love it. Every single time I wear this, I feel like I carry a little piece of her with me everywhere I go all day. Just gonna add that on, and I'm gonna... And it's like stage setting powder. This stuff is freaking amazing. Yeah, I don't know where I left my makeup. My powder. Alright, so let's just keep going. Alright guys, so I'm nearing the end of my video. I just want to end it talking about my favorite lipstick for now. This is Lime Crime and this is Cherub, the little cherub angel. So I just want to talk about this really quick, that this is my favorite makeup to use when I'm working in the office because it doesn't really smudge or move when I wear a face mask. I would use a different color that would go more with my eyeshadow. There's a color that I have by ColourPop, but the problem with that is when I wear it with a mask, it flakes off. So it doesn't really look as good. I am, however, gonna take a little bit of, I'm gonna take a fluffy brush. I'm gonna take Crave. And this already has a little bit of that leftover powder that I used earlier, so it's gonna get a more of a dusty look. And there you go. Thank you everyone for watching. If you're wondering what I used, you definitely didn't miss anything. You can watch the last video that I did and you'll see how I did my contour powder and the same highlighter that I used, which was Flexitarian Super Shock Cheek Paralyzed. So you really didn't miss anything, and I use the same eyeliner and same eyeshadow. So I pretty much stick with the same stuff every day that I use. Anyways, y'all have a lovely day. I hope somebody did watch this. I hope somebody did enjoy it. I hope somebody shared and subscribed. And if y'all do, please leave a comment or any advice on how I can better my makeup or how I can better my application skills or even video production. So y'all have a lovely day and I will see you next time. Bye.